Okay, today's outing on Mayday was to Bocking Mayday Fair in Essex, England. Now, this was a fun day out for the kids today, but on researching I found this is a very important area. There was in fact a silk factory built here in the 1800s and it only closed down 40 years ago in the 1980s. Now, Bocking as a village goes back well over 1,000 years. There's lots of things, but it's a bit too boring to tell you. So we'll start off. This is Bocking Hall, built around 1500 for the monks who come up from Canterbury. Moving swiftly on to Bocking Windmill, which was our first stop of the day. Now, this has been there since 1721. Now, strangely enough, 108 years after it was built, it was moved 200 yards up the hill. A lot of work involved there, eh? This is open several days a year. You can go online and find out when it is open and you can go inside and it is free. Now, I'd like to say I sent the drone up for an aerial shot, but you know my budget. That's just a helium-filled balloon with a long string on it. Now, moving on again to the most impressive village hall I have ever seen in England. This is an incredible village hall. Now, we move on to the crazy British tradition of Morris dancing, which has been around since the 15th century. It's men with bells on them banging sticks. I mean, each to their own. I like vices, they like banging sticks. Leave them to get on with it, that's what I say. And no, I don't know which one's Morris. Right, we'll have a wander down the road now, past all the old houses, down to the sports ground where there's a lot of other stuff going on, including a little car show. It is a little car show. That's one side done. Over now, TVR. That's quite interesting. Look at that lump in there. There's a couple for you Americans coming up in a minute as well. Okay, I'm looking at this one and I'm seeing Volkswagen Beetle. If anyone can tell me different, let me know. Normally at our village fairs we do have displays from local classes like karate. I believe there was some gymnastics ones there as well. Now, this is a building from the 1500s, but in the 1700s it became a workhouse. And it was the biggest workhouse in England. On a census, there was 140 people here. Quite a lot in a building that size, isn't it? And the building on the left was the convent in Bocking, where the nuns lived. Nice to see something like this. This is a fairground organ from back in the day, before television. Now this is St Mary's Church. I'm going to do a bit of clever camera trickery now and insert a black and white photograph of the silk factory. quite an impressive sized building compared to a church, we will go to an aerial shot so we can see what a big area and impact this had on this village. Now there's the church with the red arrow pointing towards it. Look at the size of that factory complex. Right, back to the grounds of the church present day. A lot of little stalls here, there and everywhere. Every stall is raising money for charity for all the local charities of the area. Even the inside of the church was packed. And of course you can't have a village fair without a brass band. Okay, back along the street again, we'll have a look at some different sort of houses they've got down this road. And these are modern ones. These were built in 1872, I believe. And onto the duck race, where you rent a plastic duck and they're all released in the river in one go. And the plastic duck gets the end first, wins! People come from miles around to watch this event. Look at the crowds. End with a nice shot of that village hall again. Well, hope you enjoyed the quick day out without having to go out. You know what I'm going to say? Bye for now.